When we open up our form, we do this motion here. And that defines our central lines. But it also, if you notice, my fingertips are even. My fingertips are even here, which means I can punch at the same point in space. Right? So since we don't fight square on, because someone can push you off balance and charge into you, a person can fake high and kick low. My groin's exposed. So we always want to fight 45 degrees away. The side neutral stance. Now if I turn too far, notice, one arm longer than the other, that means I can't hit the same point in space without telegraphing with my shoulder. So you turn just enough that your center is facing away, so in case someone charges at you, you can move off line, but your fingertips are even here. See? So the illusion is this hand can't reach you, but it can. I can strike the same point in space. And I can get the power from the hip, just like if you could get the power from the hip here. My center is facing away, so even in a front stance, my center faces away from my opponent. But I turn just enough where my fists are equal. So if there was a target here, I can hit it with both hands. Okay? You don't want to turn too far, because now you have a short arm here. This arm can't reach the target without you moving your body, and you telegraph your intent. So remember, you want your center to face away, especially with guys who are going to grapple. You know, I don't want to stand like this. A grappler would love you fighting me like this. He would just take you down. And if the person's faster than you, catch you off guard, you know, you're only human. You can only do so much. You stand like this, you're going to get knocked off balance. Now, some people can fight this way if they're really strong, if they're fighting a person who's not too skilled. But I prefer for a smaller person to fight at an angle. Change. Right? Fight at an angle. He's a big guy. Now, if you're a big guy, you can charge down the middle. But if a person's angry, you charge down the middle and you hit him, you might not do anything. So ideally, I want to work my way to the blind side. Now, since I never face you this way, but if I get to the blind side, I face you, now I face you, like your shoulder in line with my center. I can face you now to strike you. If you do a round punch, that's still considered blind side. And if you're doing the wooden dummy, notice these motions, the bone, tan, my center's facing there. So if you do a round punch, and I bone, I'm on the outside of your arm. So even the wooden dummy teaches you to fight on the side when you're able to. Nothing wrong with fighting down the middle if you're stronger than your opponent. But some people can take all kinds of punches when they're angry. And why would I want to stay in the center and have to worry about that punch, this punch, that punch? Straight punch, right? I want to be two hands against one. In order for him to hit me with that hand, he has to turn and face me. It opens up his center. But if I'm not fighting down the center, I got to deal with two weapons. And if he's faster than me, he's going to get me. By me stepping to the blind side, I slow that hand down. Let's do it again. See? I slow the other hand down. He's got to turn to hit me, opening up his center. So remember, if we want to fight, if I step in and strike, see, that's where I want to be, ideally. My center facing him here, just like on the wooden dummy. My center facing the center of mass of my opponent. Okay? All right, go ahead.